And I'm not going. I want to give. I'm not going to say Doctah B. Just put it on there. I ain't got to pay Doctah B. I want to give Doctah B the money for you to be there. So Neek, 87. I want you to email me, Neek. I watch your vibration change throughout the video, right? And I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. That's progress, and that's a testament. And my email's on the screen. That's a testament of Doctah B's teaching, and that's a testament of you applying it in real life. Instead of asking, how do I get this for free? You're abundant. You have 75 trillion cells within you. You found a way when you didn't think you found a way by allowing. And I'm gonna get that for you. So I'm Doctah B. I'm gonna pay for this individual Neek to be at this course, this class on Saturday. Neek87, email me. My email's right on the screen, Neek. If you say Richard Merritt at Yahoo. And we do things like this periodically. I remember this sister when Doctah B was with the Q&A, and we gave this sister right here. Shout out to sister right here. We gave her a ticket to Blueprint for God Power 2. She was I guess she was a little stressed out. I forgot exactly what happened, but we ended up giving this sister a ticket. So we want to demonstrate in real time, our appreciation for you. And when you on a certain vibration, things will come to you. So shout out Neek. Yeah, Neek said, thank you. Yeah, Neek, make sure you email me. And I appreciate the growth within 30 minutes, the growth. I appreciate it. I had to say that, Doc. Go ahead, Doc.
And we're going to go further than that.
Oh.
If there are people who are on here now who truly in no way have the $33 to invest in this class, you really, truly don't have it, I will pick 3 people out of the people who send me an email explaining to me their condition and saying why they should be in the class. I'm going to give you my email. You ready?
Yeah.
I can send it to you, brother. DOCB.
What is, excuse me, y'all? Is Doc B what?
Doc B737@gmail.com.
Now, family, don't lie because you're gonna put a bad vibration. Don't put a spell on yourself by saying you don't have the money, family.
No,
don't do that.
And if you want to do that, I'm going to pick 3 people.
Yeah,
3 people out of the ones who say you're going to have to explain to me. Give me your true assessment of your financial condition, because if you say I don't have any money, and you actually do, but you just don't want to you don't want to invest it here. You've got something that's tied up somewhere else. There's some people who really would like to really be here, and because of how life is right now, they might not have the 33. But if you're saying you don't have any money, and the reason why, and I teach this when we teach people how to get wealthy in our classes, which we'll be doing some more coming up this year. Never say, if you've got 50 cents, don't say I don't have any money. You just made the money gods. Did you know that dollars? Do you know where dollars comes from?
Where?
Doll has to do with idol. An idol, like a doll, like a baby doll, is an idol. And Lars is a god. The word dollars is to say that I worship money. So I'm saying, since it's a god, it can actually attract more of itself. If you say, well, I don't have any money. Now, if you say, I am attracting enough money to do A, B, C, D, E. I allow myself, as the sister said, I allow myself. And she did it. It worked. Once you begin to allow yourself to stop lying, because if you got 50 cents, if you got 3 pennies, you do have money. The way to get more money is to say, first, I do have some, and I want to like to attract more. To who has, more will be given. But you got to say what you got. You can't say, man, I don't have anything in my life. And you're sitting here on a cell phone, you're on YouTube, and you're paying a phone bill, and you're paying this. You tell somebody they spend $33, right? And right now, for $33, they're going to get gold. They're going to get a pound of gold within 10 years. How many people would be there?
Mm.
How many people who this past year said that they didn't have any money? Because several people called me and said, and when I began to talk to them about coming to God Power, they didn't have any money. 2 of them said, well, they spent all their money when they went to go see, what's her name? Beyonce.
Beyonce, yeah.
Somebody else said that they bought some sneakers, and the sneakers cost $700.
Some Yeezys. They got some
I'm not sure which ones they bought.
Or some Pradas or something.
That's what I'm talking about, man. See, it's how you perceive your brokenness or your brokenness or what money is and what value is. There are people on the planet who herbs are not going to help. I got to admit that. There are people on the planet who really in no way can they afford to spend $33. There's countries where people make $33 for the month. I get that. But there's a lot of folks that just say stuff to try to get stuff for free because they're used to getting so many things for free, they think, on YouTube, but you're paying because you're watching commercials and all kinds of stuff. So what we're going to do, I'm going to say it again so we're clear. If you in no way have, and you really are in dire straits, be real, be honest, because you know that karma is it's a heavy thing. Don't lie. Send me a letter. Who are you? Here's your letter. Who are you? What do you do? What's your situation? Right? Be totally honest. I don't know how many I'm going to get, but I'm going to pick 3 that we're going to allow to come to this class on Saturday. You'll get if you don't get an email back from me, you weren't the one chosen. I can only do 3 right now. And we made this 33 for a reason. This has got to do with the 33 vertebrae. This has got to do with the whole Christ thing about 33. And I guarantee you, when you invest in this class, you will not be able to say next year, I'm broke, I'm poor, I'm this, because you will put the golden gifts of the golden calf and all of that stuff that they talk about in those stories. You'll be able to place these in a real place. And let me say this real quick, too. For those of you who are like attempting to do the regular Christmas and all that, I'm not saying don't do it. You didn't hear Dr. B say don't do it. Don't go to the Christmas meal. Don't eat with the family. I didn't say that. I'm saying that those days are off a few %. And you could still do and celebrate this other day, this other time. And it's not just a day, it's actually a time period. So that you can begin to manifest what you came here to manifest. We're all rich. We're all wealthy in some way once we realize where our gold mine is. You got to have a golden thought process, a gold mine, a gold mine. We're helping people do that. We're not saying that everybody has it. If you don't, then let's get some help. But let's be real, be honest, and be open. And sometimes people will beg, borrow, and steal to get the newest thing that people are buying out there.
Couple of announcements, a couple of things real quick before I get to a question. I got a good question I want to ask you, Dr. B. To the individual that sent the $100 payment for 3 people, don't send money to the super chat to pay for people to pay for somebody's ticket, because YouTube takes 30 or 40%. So it's not really $100. You know, I'll still give that to Dr. B. We'll figure something out, but I don't want a ton of y'all sending in super chats, because YouTube going to take damn near half of it, and it just gets confusing. I'd rather the money go directly to whoever has to go through. I never want to be a middleman when it comes to money, but YouTube going to take about 35-40% of that. So it's not really super chat isn't the best way to do it. We left emails. You can email Dr. B. I just left his email, and that'll be the best way to go about it. Also, since we're just talking about, you know, showing love and giving and receiving, I want to give a shout out I seen to Kimberly. This is like, Kimberly's one of my biggest financial supporters on a channel when I come and do a live stream. So Kimberly, I noticed things that I just want you to know. I noticed that you support financially with the super chat, Kimberly, and you're always showing love, and you're always giving it 333. I noticed that also, Kimberly. Well, it's 33 or $3 But shout out to Kimberly, one of Black Magic's biggest financial supporters when he comes to do a live stream. So shout out Kimberly DeVille. All right. With that being said, Dr. B, there was something. So Dr. B, would you say, because you was talking about the 6,000 years and we got away from the photon belt, do you think when you said we got away from the photon belt 6,000 years ago, right? Is that what you said?
No, every 13,000 years we go through the photon band.
What happened 6,000 years ago? You was talking about something that happened.
About 6,000 years ago, everything in our vibrational state changed. Something, I'm gonna just say it.
Please.
About 6,000 years ago, some objects showed up in the sky all around the world. And these objects changed and put people in a place where people became separated. This time period, it began to change the way we looked at the woman, the queen bee. It created what we call colony collapse disorder. People became oppositional with each other. People began to change their vibration. And it's very interesting because at that same time, a whole lot of people came down with toxoplasma because cats, they say that these beings were related to cats. Domesticated cats, they say, were created around this time. The domesticated cat carries the toxoplasma drone within them. The toxoplasma drone being thing causes people to lose their minds, causes people to have mild states or huge states of schizophrenia. It causes people to be afraid of things that they normally wouldn't be afraid of. It causes people to be confused about what love is and what peace is. And, it causes people to lose their ID, toxoplasma, which is in cat poo-poo. People say, well, I don't have any cats. Well, you don't have to worry about having them because the toxoplasma that was in the cat poo-poo got out of the litter boxes and now it got in the rats. That's why rats lose their minds. And they don't really, a lot of rats and mice don't even run from the cat anymore because they don't know, they lose their ID, they lose their direction. The magnetosphere, I mean, their direction finder, part of them loses, it gets lost, and their compass is off. The dimensions are off. They have dementia. They forget who they are. Toxoplasma now, it's because it got in the feedlots. The cows, the chickens, and the pigs and the animals were eating it, which the people were eating it. Somebody even told me that they think that it's in the shots. I don't know. I am saying that toxoplasma causes us to be off because it lives in the amygdala, and the amygdala has a lot to do with who we are and who we think we are and what we think we're seeing. It causes optical illusions, auditory illusions. Some of the music that people are listening to and accepting right now, you wouldn't be doing this because it also plays with your sense of disgust. Certain things you would have normally been disgusted by, certain actions, certain activities, certain talk, you would be disgusted by that. People are agreeing now. People are agreeing that we should be in a place of disgust and be oppositional. Ever since 6,000 years ago, things begin to change. And it has to do with us being far from the center of the galaxy. Yes, at the same time this happened, but these beings were able to come at a certain time. This is the story. They were able to come and intercede and create what we now call, what is the name of it? I'll grab it in a minute. Terraforming. This is when you heat things up you go to a world and you begin to heat things up, the vibration. You get people to create friction, and friction creates heat. This is what we got right now. There's a lot of friction. It's a terraforming where people are taking themselves out, taking their families out, either with words, with language, with action, with music. The music right now, I mean, my gosh, some of the stuff I'm hearing, but there's also some beautiful music, but you got to have the mindset to change. So toxoplasma, which is a super parasite, which you're not going to get rid of with your regular parasite cleanse, I'm telling you, it takes 28 days for the average person. Some people it takes up to 3 months. That's why we created the Elevated Total Body Program. It's at elevationtime.com. The Elevated Total Body Program, it's not, doesn't just have herbs, it's herbs, essential oils, flower essences. There is certain signatures and sounds which come from crystals. It is a program that works on the alchemical frequency of the body so that you can release the toxoplasma, which 70% of the people have. Even, I don't care if you're a vegan, vegetarian, toxoplasma don't care nothing about that.
Man,
it is taking people out. And that's when you see a lot of the wars and the fighting and the infighting and the judgment and all of this stuff that's coming out now. All this stuff that's happening with the sexual this and the sexual that. That toxoplasma is causing us to terraform our world. We're heating up. A lot of people who are doing the programs, who know how to deal with this. And somebody called me and they said, well, Dr. B, but your cleanse, man, how does it do it? I said, listen, you can ask how all day long. I was downloaded some information many years ago, 1996. I was downloaded some special information of how to get rid of certain superbugs. These are not your regular colon parasites. They're superbugs. And a lot of these little bugs, you may not know it, are like whole cities, whole worlds and planets inside of a little cocoon, inside of a little baby cyst that you can't even see with your eyes. Whole worlds of alien creatures controlling us, getting us to destroy ourselves. I'm saying, you got, I know we got to go. So go to elevationtime.com. The program is the Elevated Total Body Program. The Elevated Total Body Program, a 28-day program, which will help you reset yourself so that you're ready to receive your oil in its fullest extension. Or at least after the oil comes, it helps you stay on course, because you're going to need to drive your boat. You're going to need to be the captain. You're going to need to know how to get into the wind and stay focused no matter what comes up. Storms will come, but it's about you having a focus and being clear, mind, body, and soul. With no pirates, no parasites, no hitchhikers, just you. It's time to ride, and rise.
One thing that's interesting about the cats, the whole cat thing, and I've heard you say this. I remember one of the first shows you were on here, Dr. B. We talked about the cats and the cats carrying this toxoplasma. One thing is, I tried to get a cat. When was this? This was before my son was born, probably about 7 years ago. Me and my lady tried to get a cat. I got sick as a dog, Dr. B. I had the cat for probably about a week. Oh man, I got sick. I come to find out I was allergic to the cat or something. We had to get rid of the cat, man. So in my mind, I was I could never be with one of them sisters that's witches, because they love cats. And I'm gonna have to tell the witch. I'm gonna say, witch, we got to get rid of this motherfucking cat. So I personally can't have a cat if I wanted to, because I didn't last a week with the cat. My body just got sick. But my question is, so why do, me having that thought, why do so many of the spiritual sisters, the witches, or just they don't have to be sisters, the witches in general, you always see them with cats? Now, if cats got this toxoplasma, and they give a lot of credit to the cat, and give a lot of people talk a lot of high things about cats. So you're like one of the first dudes I know that says something negative about cats, because everything I hear is they came from another dimension and they could see through dimensions, and they could, and the purring is a healing. That's a vibration. That's a cymatic that can heal you. So it's like, conflicted information. So what's your thoughts on so many positive and spiritual things said about cats versus the toxoplasma that you're talking about, Dr. B?
I'm going to be very careful and wade through this water.
Okay. Uh-oh.
The natural cats, the ones that are in the wild, the natural cats, we're talking about lions, tigers, cougars, they say they don't have toxoplasma. It is mainly the domesticated cats that were made, check me now if I'm wrong, in Egypt.
Oh, shit.
They were made. It's a crossbreed. It's not a natural, because the regular wild cat would eat your ass. You ain't gonna have a tiger unless you just brought it up since a little baby in your house. And even then, he may get hungry one day around the holiday and eat your ass for Christmas. Anyway, these are the domesticated cats. All the varieties that were created. I kept asking the question, what happened in Kemet, in Egypt, all of a sudden, where the society fell? They had more cats than anybody else. If being from somewhere else, right, were trying to control this realm, they dropped something in the cat some kind of way. We don't know how it was done. Then that is a tool that could be used on the cat to have the cat create or drop these toxins. The cat itself, I didn't say the cat was a problem. The cat is being a cat. It's a domesticated cat. I'm saying the cat poop. It's in the cat poop. Please look it up.